Hey YouTube, Dusty here, and I'm excited to announce I have officially launched my Patreon page. If you like what I do, you can sign up for tiers like Saiyan, Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan Rose to unlock exclusive daily content. You can also unlock unique callers for my new Discord channel. Regardless if you become a Patreon or not, make sure you stop by and say hello. Hello everyone, Dusty here. I'm excited to announce that KitchenTableMeta is collaborating with Popo's Kitchen, a new site specializing in Dragon Ball Super singles. They have everything from Set 1 tournament promos to Union Force and even Dash Pack promos. And if that wasn't enough, you can even trade in your old cards for credit. Do you have a playset of Sensu beans you're not using? Turn them into credit and buy that shiny Jiren. Don't forget to tell them Dusty sent you by using the code KitchenTableMeta at the checkout to save 10% on your entire order.
All right, guys, how's it going? And welcome back to the Hartford Regionals here with Dragon Ball Super. We have John Wieninger with blue-green Soul Striker Goku on the left, which is my deck. I love this deck. It's so awesome. And on the right, we have Ryan Severin with Tricolor Ginyu on the right. Both players are 2-0, and we're going into round 3 here. Cannot wait to see how this matchup plays out. This is such a great matchup. Both players have such a good chance of winning. In my opinion, this is a 50-50 matchup. Both very, very, very strong decks. Now, what's great about this deck is that, Ginyu has that cold ballast to be able to put a lot of pressure on his opponent. It looks like the red player is already down to 2 life here, or down to 5 life. Sorry. Let me see, get this situated here. All right. Here we go, up to 6 life here. So essentially what happens in this matchup is you have the Ginyu player that has Cold Bloodlust to turn off Goku's threats over here. But what's really awesome about this matchup is with his ability, he can play out multiple threats a turn. And so what happens is the Ginyu player actually can't deal with all the threats once they get into late game. So it's a very interesting matchup, a very, very interactive matchup. Got the Ginyu players already awakening. They're putting me on my toes here. They're flying through these early turns here. So we have Ryan Severin at 4 life, already awakened. Play that Boo to draw a card. Again, I love this matchup. I'm so excited for this. Again, guys, round 3 here at ARG in Hartford, Connecticut. So we play out another Goku, draws another card. All right, looks like he's going looks like John here is having trouble finding some of his green energy here. But he is playing out the Vegeta to attack. All right, so we have another bold one coming out. Oh, okay, so it's actually my fault, guys. This is actually a mono blue Soul Striker Goku list, not blue-green. That is my problem. I thought it was weird that we didn't see a green come out, so I checked with my stream judge, Greg Cross. He's been an MVP at this event, and it is actually mono blue, so that's my fault. It's the same situation, though. Essentially, what happens is the Tricolor Ginyu still cannot deal with all the threats that the mono blue Soul Striker Goku can put out, which is can be definitely devastating. So we have a Kel coming out. I love this card. This card is, in my opinion, probably one of the best cards in the current sets. She just does so much stuff. So she comes into play. She's a 20,000 attacker with critical. When she attacks, if you have 5 or less cards, you draw a card. Also, when she comes into play, you choose one of your battle cards and remove it, and then you can remove up to 5 energy worth of battle cards from your opponents. This also does hit tokens as well, so it's a great counter to the Ghost Attack Gotenks card as well. It looks like we have a little misstep here by John. It looks like he was trying to Beerus to take away the KO, but he does need 5 energy to do that. Beerus only KOs when you have 5 or more energy. So a little bit of a misstep from John, but it looks like they're kind of they resolved that issue, and we'll get taken off here. See how much life John is at. See how much he's at. I'll fix it up. His players are playing so fast. We got a Super Saiyan Gotenks coming down. Absolutely fantastic threat by the Tri-Ginyu player, because what happens here is this allows you to take 2 of your energy and put it into active mode. After you play it, you also draw a card. What's so fantastic about this card, though, is it allows you to essentially play a threat, draw a card, it replaces itself. And it also, which is like absolutely fantastic, is it lets you take that 2 energy and put it up to the way you want. Take 2 of those and make it active. And why that is important, let me get this life situated, sorry guys. Why that's important is because it allows them to leave up Cold Bloodlust, which we see Ryan just do there, and essentially shut down that that Beerus, so he doesn't lose a guy. Now, that's the thing that the Tricolor Ginyu deck loves to do, by the way. It loves to play a threat and then protect that threat with Cold Bloodlust. Next turn, play another threat, protect that threat with Cold Bloodlust if possible, or Crusher Ball. And almost all of their threats get some sort of value. And so it's really hard to essentially catch up with that Ginyu player, because they essentially just stop you from killing their threats and kill your threats and just overwhelm you with these very strong battle cards. All right, so it looks like we're shipping off here to Ryan's turn. Yeah, I actually got cut up here, guys. Let's see if I can. Ryan's playing down another green energy down here. So he has 3 green, 2 yellow, and a blue. It is important to know that his blue isn't turned on yet. And so what I mean by that is that he doesn't have a second blue. So he can't play Beerus. He can't play those kind of threats yet. Now, I don't know if he runs Beerus in the deck, but it is a very good card for the deck. And we have out Android 16, which is a fantastic blocker. Honestly, Ryan's just run away with this game. He has tons of threats out. The blocker can really matter. I mean, especially with this Vegeta coming out, and again, another Cold Bloodlust. This is going to put John in a weird spot. I mean, he doesn't really want to attack with this Prince of Speed, because the 16 could just kill it. And so what he needs to do is try to find like a Beerus or maybe a Frieza that he might run in the deck in order to deal with this 16, and that way he can start putting pressure on the Ginyu player. If not, he's just going to lose his threat for free. So moving off to Ryan's turn here, we have I'm anxious to see if he plays out another blue. Now, I'm not sure. He might not run Beerus in the deck. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get the deck list yet, which will definitely change once we get into the higher rounds. But we do know Ryan has another Cold Bloodlust in hand, which is insane. So John is now out to 4 life. These guys are they're playing very quickly. So we have a draw card here off of Ginyu. We have 2 more Bloodlust in hand. It looks like in a Crusher Ball. So Ryan is definitely set up to be in a pretty good situation here. He's going to use the Bulma to survive, and here's the Gohan promo, which is a devastating card. This is going to allow him to essentially remove one of the threats, and it's a 15,000 critical striker. So essentially right now, all of Ryan's threats, other than the Gotenks, which he might not attack with here, have critical, which is devastating for John, because what happens here is he doesn't get the life if he gets hit by critical, but he is going to come in with Super Saiyan Gotenks. John is going to take that damage and go to 2 life. So we got 2 to 4. With the Soul Striker Goku player coming into 6 energy. That's a big deal. This is a big turn for him, because he can, essentially play Beerus. There's that other Cold Bloodlust we talked about. But again, John's done a great job getting these cards out of his hand. He has played a threat every turn to force that Cold Bloodlust hand. That's what you have to do to be able to deal with this card. So now he's attacking in for 20,000. He gets plus 5,000 if you have 5 or more energy. So he's coming in 20,000, and he gets the ready 2 energy. So he's back up to 4 energy, which he can play another Beerus or save that as a defensive play. It looks like he does have Mafuba in his hand, which is a good way to slow down this Tricolor Ginyu deck for a turn, which John desperately needs to do here. So he's going to pass the turn with 4 energy open. This is going to allow him to, again, make sure he can hopefully survive Ryan's onslaught here. Again, Ryan has essentially 2 very scary threats on the board with Kale and Gotenks, and even Gohan is pretty scary right now. Okay, so we have Kel coming in. Looks like he's just going to counter the Kel. Now, it's possible Ryan might not attack with Gotenks. He might maybe kind of sniff out this Mafuba play. So if I was Ryan, I wouldn't attack with this Gotenks. Instead, I would try to force John to half the Mafuba, one of my smaller cards. But it looks like he's going to attack through and do get the Mafuba on the Gotenks. Now, this isn't a bad play, because similar to Cold Bloodlust, you just have to get it out of their hand. You can't, not attacking with Gotenks could set you up in a situation where it's just as bad as, attacking into it. But since John's at 2 life, I think it might have been a better idea to just give him a turn. But he did use his Ginyu ability here, and he's going to go in for the win. He's at 2 life, and he is boosting up to 30,000, so he's at 45,000 right now. And it looks like he might just be passing with 45,000. We'll see if John has a response here. No, he's still going. So he's at 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. He also has a Sensu Bean. So we have 35 of response to our opponent here, 40,000, 45, but he can't bounce one, so he's doing good. He's hanging in there. He's at 45. Ginyu's still at 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. He's still at 60. And our opponent's at, nope, he couldn't get there. John couldn't get there. What a fast game, guys. Woo, these guys are keeping me on my toes. I can't believe how fast that turn was. That's insane. I'm going to quickly set this game up because I'm sure these guys aren't going to take any time in sideboard as well. So I'm going to reset the board here for our overlay and get stuff ready to go. That's a fantastic round. That was super fun to watch. Super fun to commentate. I love both of these decks. Super excited to see how these decks sideboard. Now, Mafuba is a good card for John, so I expect him to keep that card in. Some cards that he can sideboard in, though, are the Goku, the 6-drop, the Onslaught Goku. That way he can remove multiple threats. John just needs to find a way to remove more of Ginyu's threats. That way Ginyu has to use those Cold Bloodlusts on removal to stop John's removal, and then essentially that way John can use his threats to win the game or to put pressure on his opponent instead of getting them all Cold Bloodlust. But that is the problem with running the mono blue version, though. You don't have access to a lot of removal, and it can be very devastating for the mono blue deck. But the upside is you have more consistency, so you're trading consistency for essentially for more threats. All right, so it looks like these players are still sideboarding. I can expect the Tricolor Ginyu player to maybe move into a Mafuba plan, maybe move into more Beerus. Again, removal is so good in this matchup, and it looks like they're still sideboarding. He's putting the sideboard away here. Tell you what, guys, these guys are putting me on my toes. All right, so it looks like they're getting set up, get ready to move into the next game. I'm going to pop it on over to the game screen here so I can start talking a little bit, get stuff set up here, guys. These guys are playing so fast. I love it. I love seeing this fast tempo play. So here we go, Ryan. It looks like he's mulligan, trying to figure out what he wants to do. It looks like he's keeping only mulligan 1, shipping everything back. I didn't get to see what card he kept there, but it looks like he did keep a 16, which can be a very good card in this matchup because it's essentially a pseudo removal card. The blue version doesn't have that many ways to deal with battle cards on the field, and so what will happen here is if Ryan can get a 16 out early, he can use it as a pseudo removal. Essentially, it shuts down his cards because he has to either remove that threat, which isn't that big of a threat on itself, and so that essentially just inherently protects Ryan's threats, which is very fantastic for Ryan. So 16 is actually a very good tech card in this matchup. So John starting off first, we have a Bulma. He's going to search for a Whis. Guessing he's going to get Resting Attendant Whis, but it is possible that he gets the blocker Whis. We'll see what he does. Of course, he does get that Resting Attendant to help him ramp up a little bit. Ryan does play Beerus, and that's good that we saw that. It looks like he is using the ability and going to 7 life. Okay. All right, just shipping back off to John's turn here. John's getting ready to play his second energy, playing his Beerus down as second energy. It's a very ambitious choice for me because, again, Beerus is such a good card in the matchup. I'm really surprised both of these players have energied their Beeruses. But again, looking at John's hand, he has a lot of counters, and maybe using like that a Whis or maybe a Mafuba might have been a little bit better. All right, so here's Goku going to draw Ryan a card. And we have John drawing his Vegeta, putting it down, choosing the energy it immediately. And it looks like he does have a Beerus in hand. It looks like it's a 7-drop Beerus in hand on John's side. So again, life totals, it's like our 6 or 5 to 6 here. And he's just, 5 to 8, I apologize. And he just passed the turn straight back. So again, here's the Whis that we saw come out. We get some Mafuba off the top. You hate to see that because Mafuba is such a good card in this matchup, especially with Soul Striker Goku. He just has the ability to turn that Mafuba on every turn, which is very good in this matchup. Shutting threats down is how you need to get ahead, and they can help John get ahead or close out the game. All right, so it looks like Ginyu's going to use his last card, go to 4 life, which allows him to awaken. He draw 2 more cards. He does have 1 blue, 2 green, and 1 yellow. So he does have access to Cold Bloodlust, Crusher Ball, those kind of effects. And he's going to play out the Kel and, again, wipe the board with Kel. Now, Kel is such a great card. We talked about her last game, but I cannot essentially tell you guys enough just how insane she is. She's such a good card. And it's going to put that critical strike from Kel is going to put John to 7 life. The good thing about this version of Ryan's deck is that almost all of his threats have critical, which is fantastic for Ginyu. So here is the Princess P Vegeta, which allows him to draw 2 cards. He's going to play Boo, play another card. So he just refilled his hand, got a lot of cards. He's going to be able to attack with Goku here into Ryan's kill and ready 1 energy. And he's, again, just attacking straight again. Now, he could have used Boo there to maybe pressure the opponent, but he chose not to. To pressure that kill. It looks like Ryan's just going to use the Dodora to save the kill, and good play. Good play. You have another Boo coming out, another draw off of John. He's got a lot of new cards this turn. Looks like he has a results in hand, which could be really good going into next turn because, again, Ginyu wants to stall you out with that low life and take advantage with these cards. And it looks like that result of training is going to be able to come out and awaken John, which is going to put him in such a good position. He's going to have 20,000 attack every turn, gets to draw a card and essentially untap 2 energy a turn, which is very good. So it's like Ryan's slowing down here a little bit, trying to figure out what he's going to do. He does have 2 blue now, which turns on Beerus, which is fantastic. Again, such an important card in this matchup. It looks like he's going to strike him with Ginyu. No ability on Ginyu, so he is single strike 15,000. He's going to draw as a card. No counter from John. It looks like John's trying to figure out if he wants to use one of the boos here. All right, he's just going to kill the Prince with Princess Speed with Gohan. Again, now he still has 2 critical strike attackers out, which is, again, just so much pressure to be putting on John here. And again, coming in again with Kel, another critical strike. That's 3 cards he's essentially discarded his hand just from these critical strike attackers. Another thing to remember is these critical strike threats also get value when they come into play. They're coming into play, they're removing a card, plus they're also getting a card from his life. So here's the results. We get that Awaken, which is awesome. John drew another results, which he hates to see, but that just gives him a good energy card next turn. And he's going to pay 4 energy here to play out another Whis, go up to another 3 energy. He is getting the energy this game. And he's at 8 energy already. So I think he does have that 7-drop Beerus in hand, which can be devastating in this matchup, but I'm pretty sure Ryan has an answer to it since he does have a book in his hand over there. It looks like he has like 11 cards in hand. So again, he's just going to use the Goku to stop the attack. And he's using Objection to put another card down, which he is going to use to be that result of training. I'm actually a little surprised with that attack or that play through Tron. I think it's really important to keep as many cards in your hand as you can. And while I agree that Objection obviously doesn't do much, in your hand, it is a great card to use the next 2 turns for energy. And it's also good to kind of feint that card in your hand. You want to let your opponent think that maybe you have a Piccolo in hand, maybe you have a Sentu Bean in hand. And I think this play with Objection, the results of training, while it is effective as far as getting more energy, he's already has tons of energy, and I think it might have been a little bit better to maybe hold those cards in his hands. So we have Gotenks coming out. He's going to ready a blue and a green, draw a card off Gotenks' ability, and come in again with another critical strike attacker. Now this is 15,000 to 15,000. I think John's just going to use the Boo here to stay alive. He doesn't want to lose another card. He's coming in 15,000 to 15,000. Ginyu into Soul Striker Goku. He's going to take that hit, actually, and go to 4. And Ryan's coming in with the 20,000 critical strike attacker, and he's just going to counter that with Whis Excursion. We have a 25,000 double strike coming in. It looks like this was going to be a Mafuba play. Oh, he's going to take it, actually. Go to 2. Again, I mean, this isn't a bad idea by John. He needs some cards in hand. He needs to try to play out some threats. And taking that damage isn't the worst thing he can do. But in this turn, he gets a chance to play out multiple threats. So he's going to play out this Beerus. My guess, choosing that Gotenks. And it looks like Ryan doesn't have a Cold Bloodlust. Now he's attacking 20,000 into 20,000 Kel. And we get a corrosion there from Ryan. So the attack does get negated. So he has a 20,000 going into 20,000. Goku into Kel. All right. Looks like Trunks is coming in. It's like you drew Trunks on that. So you have 10,000 into 20,000. Piccolo lets him draw a card. He's just going to, again, protect that with a Goldo 5,000 combo. All right, Ryan's drawing his card for the turn. Continues to keep his huge hand size moving into this turn. But this time, John actually got to get some threats out. He got, Beerus out, got to remove a threat. He has a Whis out. He was trying to, get that Kel off the board. He really needs to get at least another threat off. Now, Ryan has the potential here to use Ginyu's ability and start pressuring John and maybe take this game away here. He does have a lot of cards in hand, so if he can get a threat through, it's possible. that he can take the game away here. So he's attacking 15,000, and again, John's just going to use Boo to protect that. And here is a counter from John on the Kale. It might have been a good idea for John to actually just take that hit. It sucks that it's critical, but it would have been a good idea because he can not die to this this Goku possibly. I mean, this Ginyu here. Yeah, I probably would take that Kale attack just so I could use my counter for the Ginyu. It might have been the wrong play because it's possible Ryan, just has another double striker at hand. But this is going to make it so he has to spend a lot of cards to try to stay alive. And no, he actually didn't combo at all. He's just playing out Beerus, going to kill a threat, and attacking again with a 20,000 attacker. And this is where the Mafuba comes out. It looks like John's going to survive this round, 2 life to 3. It is possible that he might be able to sneak a win in here if he can get play multiple threats. Again, he has so much energy that he might be able to play 1 or 2 threats out here and start pressuring Ginyu here. Right, so instead, I think he's just going to just try to clear up the board here. He's attacking 20,000 and 20,000, Goku into Kale, and it looks like Ryan's just going to use Senzu Bean here to keep this alive for the whole turn too. This is now at 25,000. And again, he just passed turn immediately after that. We do know he has a Mafuba. I think maybe 2 Mafubas in hand. So he can, again, he can really stay alive here. But he's in a situation where he's maybe dead to Ginyu since Mafuba can't counter the Ginyu attack. Okay, we have 15,000 attack from Gohan coming in. This is a really smart attack from Ryan because what this allows him to do is essentially either loses the card or he has to use some of his combo resources, which lets him maybe try to win the game with Ginyu here. And again, he's just going to use the Wii side of his hand. I can't see John's hand. I don't know if he has a Corrosion or not. We'll see if he does. He is going to use the Ryan's going to use the Ginyu ability, have double strike now. And it looks like he's just going all in here. So he's at 15, 20, 25, 35, 40, 45. And it looks like Ryan is now at 25 and just calls the game. There's the handshake. There's the game. What another fast round of games. I tell you, these players have been firing these games out. They're definitely not going to get caught in time playing like this, which is absolutely fantastic. Love seeing these 2 decks. Both decks are extremely good. So we're going to go back to the caster desk here. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. I am going to take a little bit of time here because we have, let me check, I think we have 35 minutes left in the round. So I'm actually going to take some of your guys' questions, answer some of you guys' questions. Let me know what you guys think. Sorry again for that weird, this is actually round 3. Sorry, guys, for the weird kind of break in the cast. Again, we wanted to definitely host ARG, put this on ARG site, give them some props for holding this amazing event. It's been fantastic. Just like I said, let me pull up some of your guys' questions. Feel free to ask what's going on. See how it's going. Where's the Yu-Gi-Oh? Again, guys, I don't know. I'm not an ARG employee or anything like that. I'm just here. I'm a KitchenTableMeta. That's my YouTube. I'm a caster for YouTube, and so I'm here just covering the Dragon Ball. I'm not at all sponsored by ARG or anything. They just allowed me to come here and do this, and so I'm not sure how with the Yu-Gi-Oh stream, what's happening with that. That's something that ARG would have to ask. Top 8 predictions. Oh, man, I don't know, man. There's been so many good decks. Game 1, we had Amani playing the Tempo Trunks deck. That deck looked insanely strong. We saw it at the Case event. It was very strong there. It didn't disappoint going into the regionals. It's been such a good deck. Honestly, Ginyu decks have been very good. Honestly, Ryan's Ginyu deck there looks sick. I mean, it had the critical attackers as well. So I expect to see some Goku, some blue-green Soul Striker Goku. At least maybe one of those lists will make it in the top 8. I think that deck is just so good against Ginyu, which I think is going to make up a large portion of our format. And so obviously I think I can see some Ginyu moving there as well. What else is really good? I'm sure we'll see a Cell deck probably sneak into top 8 as well. There's also some really spicy aggro decks we've seen as well. So honestly, guys, the format's very diverse. I'm very excited going into this as well. What color was the Tempo Trunks? I believe you ran blue-green Tempo Trunks. Fantastic deck, by the way. It was super cool to watch it go off. How expensive is this game? It's actually extremely cheap. It's very easy to get into. There's a lot of product available, so it's not that hard to get into. Honestly, just the starter deck you can buy is actually really, really good, and you can kind of tweak it and go from there. You can also build a budget Vegito deck as well and tweak it and add more cards to it as it goes as well. So it's actually a very accessible game, very cheap. It's just a fantastic game, guys. It's neat. ARG Live, what is the most interesting deck in your opinion? The most interesting deck in my opinion. I like Chilled. I think that deck is super interesting. The fact it can make tokens every time it attacks intrigues me. I think it's really neat. I don't think it's particularly well situated in going into the regionals, but I think it's a very interesting deck. Also, the Android leaders are really, really neat as well. Android 16 and 17, I'm sorry, 17 and 18 are absolutely really cool. The fact that they awaken at 6 is really, really neat too. They can also run that cell combo, which is super cool too. So, I love those two decks. I think those decks are super, super interesting. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go through here. Compared to Magic, it's really cheap. Yeah, I mean, obviously compared to Magic, it is cheap. Some of the promos can be a little expensive, but none of them are really necessary to build like an extremely competitive deck. You can build really good decks without promos, which is so cool about this game. Also, the promos, I love the promos because they really encourage people coming to events as well. And we have such an amazing turnout here at ARG here in Hartford, Connecticut. And I think a lot of that is due to the awesome participation prizes that ARG gave out. Interview the players, make them feel like home. Yeah, I actually probably will do that once we get in. Again, almost everybody's playing right now. I think it was a super fast round, but I will definitely try to get some players in, and also maybe do some things like try to get some deck profiles in there for you as well, going forward as well. See, I'm trying to... the Meta Cooler deck is also really, really neat. It's a very interesting deck. For people not familiar with Meta Cooler, essentially what happens is that card, they have a 2-cost 15,000 attacker that says you can have as many of them in your deck as you want. And so you can make some really cool decks. Some people run like 30 of them in your deck, which is really neat, super interesting, very cool deck. Going to get people to interview between breaks. I want to try to, guys, but I do a lot of setup in between breaks to get the next game going and stuff like that. But I will definitely try to at least get you guys 1 or 2 interviews in as well. I might try to get like maybe Danny Hype in here. I know you guys have been asking about him, so maybe I'll try to pull him in here and do it. But I will definitely try my best, guys, to get some interviews in. Because what I'll do, I only have 1 chair here for some reason, so I'll go get another chair. I'll start setting it up in between round 3 and 4, so that way I can do interviews going forward. That's definitely something I want to do, for sure. Oh, that's a good thing to say. The promos might be a little expensive now, but these ARG events has been fantastic, and so they're going to drive the price of these promos down because such a huge flux of them are entering the market. So that is a good point. Okay, again, I'm just trying to go through here as fast. Guys, if you have a question for me, if you type in @KitchenTableMeta, I can see it a lot better in chat because I am actually on my my KitchenTableMeta account. I'm just streaming on ARG. So again, if I missed your question, I'm sorry. It's because some of you are tagging ARG live and I can't see that like highlight, so I apologize. Interview the players that just play. Yeah, they have to like take their decks in. They have to do that. That kind of. They have to like essentially take their thing in. I think they're actually. Ryan is actually talking to, looks like some of his friends or something as that too. So I will definitely try to do interviews going in. I'll at least maybe do a player interview in between the rounds. I'm just afraid to like tell you guys I'll do a player interview, and then if the game goes to time, I won't be able to do that. So that's my fault. But I'll definitely try to. If these games go short, I'll definitely run over and grab somebody because I have to set it up. I don't have another chair here. I don't have anything here. So I'll definitely have it ready for the next time though. I guess I really apologize. How's Jordan doing? I'm not actually sure, John. I haven't actually had a chance to talk to him too much. Last time I checked, he was 1-1. So 1 win, 1 draw. Or I guess, yeah, 1-1-0. But I'll definitely try to get some feedback for you guys, or get caught up on stuff. I want to see that Trunks deck list. Yeah, it's so cool. It's such a good deck. It was super fun to see it. Dusty, can we get a Bobbity Black in camera? We actually, yeah, I could try to find one. I'll try to do that, guys. I don't really pick the matches. Maxwell, the head judge, has been doing that. He's done a great job giving me the freedom to do it. So if he does give me a chance to do it again, I definitely will. I mean, these judges here, guys, have been absolutely amazing. They have done such a good job. This event is crazy. We have so many people here, and it's ran so smoothly so far. So I will try my best to get you guys a Bobbity Black on stream. But if I can't, I apologize. How many people entered? I'm not sure the exact number. I think it was around 215 to 230, but I can definitely check for you. I'll see if I can get Greg, my stream judge, to answer that. Yeah, I asked him. I'll see what's up. Getting Jordan Marco and Scotty Dash interviews. Scott's a trip. And oh, yeah, Scott's such a cool dude. Also, guys, that's something to remember, too. I need to, be covering this a little bit better. But ARG has done a great job. They've done, essentially, they've gave 4 players. Let me pull those players up. and to let you guys know who they are, I made a little note. We have Jordan Markle, Eon Hill, Scott Dashy, Matt Combs, and Anthony Hernandez. And what they've done is they've gave them bounties. So every round they get 3 booster packs. And if they lose, they give their bounty to their opponent. If they win, though, they get to keep their cards, and they get 3 more packs every round. And so it's really cool because if they're undefeated and you beat them on like round 5, then you get 15 packs of cards. So it's such a cool thing they're doing. I'll need to do a better job keeping track of the bounties for you guys. I know the only bounty I know that has lost is Eon Hill, but then he won on stream the next time, so now he's up to 10 packs or whatever. So if you beat him, you get 10 packs. It's such a cool thing that they've done here. It's really cool to see that. At KitchenTableMeta, how many people entered today? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, guys. I actually sent my stream judge, Greg Cross, a message, and I think he's going to check on that for me, and I'll let you guys know. As soon as I know, you guys will know. Can we get Bobbity Black on camera? Yeah, like I said, I'll try my best to do that. At KitchenTableMeta, when is my dad coming home? I don't know, man. I don't know. After he buys the cigarettes, I guess would be the answer. At KitchenTableMeta, let's get Scotty Dash and Jordan Markle on camera. That'd be awesome. I would love to do that. If they get paired up, that's definitely would be a really, really cool feature match, guys. At KitchenTableMeta, you think you can get the Bandai officials to talk on chat? They're actually, I don't know if they're still here. They definitely came by. They checked out the stream. They gave us a bunch of information. They did say that tomorrow, I think, that they're going to try to be here all day. And so I will definitely try my best to get them on here, at least get the translator on here and do something. I'll talk with maybe Jim or somebody and see if I can organize that for you guys. I'm not sure if they're busy. You know, they have so many things they're doing. But like I said, this has been such an amazing event. At KitchenTableMeta, can we see what standings right now? I don't have updated standings, but I will talk to Maxwell and see if I can get maybe a standings list that I could do up. My plan was like down here at this bottom bar, I was going to try to like have the standings kind of going through. But the problem is, you know, there's so many people here. But I could probably do something once we get lower people. Maybe do like the top 10 or top 16 players. Maybe once we get to round 5. But I'll definitely try to do something with the standings, guys. I promise. When DBS blows you, no. At KitchenTableMeta, are you having fun? Oh, I'm having a blast, guys. This has been absolutely amazing. Special thanks for Jim for allowing me to come. Special thanks to ARG for having me here. Now, I've had a blast. You guys have been super supportive. I was actually a little stressed out before I came in here because I was afraid I'd let you guys down. I was afraid I wouldn't put together, a good enough stream for you guys. But now that we're in round 3, I've got those butterflies out, and I'm having a blast. It's been so much fun. These players have been playing so fast, man. They're going to give me a heart attack, though. At KitchenTableMeta, it was my idea for the bounties. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it was such a good idea. It was so cool. It's been so neat. I wish I could cover it a little bit better. At KitchenTableMeta, that's because Dashi and Marco are great people and even better players. Yeah, I definitely want to get them on. Both of them are amazing guys. Of course, Jordan, as you guys know, is a KitchenTableMeta player. He's on the team. You know, he's done a lot of testing. He's a fantastic player. Scott, I met him again here right before the stream started for round 1, and he was super fantastic. Walk up, shook my hand, and we talked a little bit about the deck he's playing. Both fantastic players, fantastic people, just in general. You coming to Virginia? Absolutely. I live very close to that, so I'll definitely try my best to come to Virginia. At KitchenTableMeta. Glad you got over being sick, man. It's good to see you in full form. Thank you so much. I got destroyed. I don't get sick very often, and when I do get sick, I'm just a huge baby. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm sick. I don't know what to do. And so special thanks out to my wife for actually helping me out there because she definitely gave me medicine, gave me fluids, got me back in shape very quick. Love what you're doing, man. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, man. Love what you're doing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. That's super important. What deck did Eon Hill lose to round 1? He actually lost to another KitchenTableMeta team player, Chris McKinney, who actually helped me set up the stream. He's playing a blue-red. He's playing a, yeah. What was it? Oh, you want this? Yeah, sure. But yeah, Eon Hill lost to a blue-red Vegeta aggro deck, which is actually super cool. I'll definitely get one of those up on the stream for you guys. It's such a neat deck. I think actually went to time, and he lost to a Boo attack, I believe. Actually, Scotty, Scotch just let me know we have about 220 players that showed up for this event. That's absolutely insane. Scotch has been absolutely fantastic here as well. It's his first judge. Actually, this is everybody's first judge match, but they've all done really well. We've had nothing but good things to say about the judges here, and Scotch is a top-notch streamer and judge, as it turns out. The double threat. How do they decide who the bounty are? I don't know. I'm not sure how they decide that. I don't know if they just go through previous experience or something like that. At KitchenTableMeta, can you get Jim on stream? He deserves the spotlight. I agree that he deserves the spotlight. I know he's super busy. I mean, his plate is super full. But if he wants to be on stream, if it's able to, maybe at the end of the day, I can get him on there. That would be actually really cool. I'll definitely try to. How much time is left in the round, Scotch? What was it, 22? 22.50? All right, guys, so I'm going to actually, pop up some music here, give you guys some time to think. I will be back before the next round starts, but I want to try to set some stuff up here so I can get some player interviews ready for you guys. I might have Scotch on the stream, let him sit down and talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on. But again, guys, I will be back. I'm going to pop up the title screen. If you guys have any questions, remember, put at KitchenTableMeta on there because I am on my account. I don't have the passwords and stuff for the ARG account, so I won't see it unless it's on there. Also, guys, check me out on YouTube. Check me out on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for all the support. You can also check me out on Patreon. You can check me out anything. Just wherever you go, just type in KitchenTableMeta, and I'm sure you'll find me. So definitely check it out. At KitchenTableMeta, tell Scotch that Sombro Days High, good friend of mine. Okay, I guess the Spider-Verse says hello. Yeah, he says okay. Pretty. Awesome. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for being here for round 3. Super excited to get into round 4. I'm gonna pull the title screen back up. We have probably about 30 minutes or so between the next round, but I'll try to maybe get a player, pull him in, do a little interview for you guys, and just kind of break up the time a little bit. But thank you guys again so much for being here. I really, you may want to put a round timer on stream. I would love to do that. I just don't have the ability to do that because I can't see the timer as well. So I would definitely do a better job doing that going forward, maybe for top 8. But it was just kind of an oversight, and there's just so much stuff going on. But I'll definitely try to do that. It was in the plans, but it just didn't come together. So, all right, guys, I'll see you soon. We're gonna pop this up. Wish you guys the best of luck. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, if you have any questions, at KitchenTableMeta, and we'll get them answered. See you guys soon.